So welcome back to this channel, and I'm super excited to shoot this video again and again. And this is a continuation of the series which we have started a couple of weeks ago. And if you don't know about it, there's going to be a link to the playlist. Please avail yourself of all the videos. The longest one is the first one that talked about 10 things you need to consider moving back to Africa. We're just taking each of those 10 things so that we can go into much details. That is what these short videos are all about. And today, the last one, with I talk about networking. Today, in this video, I want to talk about transportation, because you might be saying, oh, Atinuke, why do we need to, what is this such an issue? We're talking about planning a move back to Africa. Do you know that not many people actually planned moving to the West, but the West, in a way, they have a system, they create a system that forces you to plan by saying you must have A, B, C, D, E, F in place. But moving back to Africa, I don't think there's any country that's got any of such system created for diasporans, especially that are coming back to Africa. And that is why this video might be of use to someone that maybe you're going to consider one day moving back to Africa. All the things you need to consider. So please go and check that video of the 10 things that we discussed that you need to take into consideration. And one of those 10 things is what we are looking at now, and that is transportation. Transportation. And you might be wondering, why is it something that we need to consider? Yes, because as part of the psychological adjustment that we have told you in this, that's the second video in this series, transportation is big, because if you're moving back from the West, where we have the systems already developed, right? You're going back to Africa, that is a developing continent. Developing. What developing means is that they don't have all the things we have in the West yet. So it is important that you are going back with the practicality and realization of that fact, that where, for instance, okay, let me give an example of where I am. I Even if I don't have a car, I can go around. I'll still live a normal, good and family life, to be honest with you, if I don't have a car. Why? Because the transport system here is excellent. Cost, it might not be because it's expensive, but it's excellent here. I, I can from my house to the bus stop does not take me 2 3 minutes. I just walk to the bus stop, and on my phone I go to an app to check when how many minutes the next bus is going to come. So I don't actually need to go and hang around at the bus stop. That is part of what I'm trying to talk to you about here. So from my house, I check the app. If I want to go on public transport, I know how many minutes. Even if I miss the one that is close to the time, that I know the one that follows it up. So I can go to the bus stop. From there, I can get a bus, go to the train station. From my train station, I can walk to my train station. But if I am being lazy, I can actually take a bus, right? And from there, I can go to many places. I can go to where I can connect with a DLR. There is more like how the direct light railway or something like that. I forgot it. Dockland light railways, yeah. DLR, which is more like it's kind of a surface, but not exactly like the normal regular train. I can go to where I can get a ferry. I can go to, the transport system here is amazing. If you want to go by road, you can, of course. There can be restrictions, especially if you are going to central London, because to reduce the number of traffic, you have to pay congestion charge, and of course, who wants that? That's why you get everybody hop on. But if you are moving back to a country that does not have all that system and you're already used to it is important that you prepare very well that how are you going to be moving around. I know in most countries now there's Uber and they also have their local Uber version of the taxi system. So find out how it works, and the costs, so that you're going to factor that into your cost when you're eventually, when we get to the finance video, we're going to be talking about all this, all the costs that you need to factor in, take into consideration before you up and go back to Africa. So you need to consider what sort of transport system exists in the country you're going. Do they have train system? How functional is it? How reliable is it? How efficient is it? You need to, what are the different modes of transportation that they have there? You want to consider so that you weigh the cost and the benefit. And in terms of, sometimes some countries you want to consider security, which is most secure, so that you factor that into so that you're not going to get there, you're going to experience such a huge cultural shock or shock in the cost of living. Find out before you up and go, so that you know if you need to get a car. Most likely you might need to get a car. If you need to get a car, how do you want to get the car? Do you want to ship it from here to the place, or you want to go and find out if the cost of getting a car here, shipping it there, is the same as buying it there? To be honest with you, if you ask me, I will make a decision to buy it there, because when I make a decision to buy it there, I'm helping that economy. But if I buy it here, ship it from here, it is this economy that I'm helping. So it depends on you, but that's personal. So you might want to decide whether you want to ship the means of transport also. And even still talking about transportation, that by the time you get to that point, you want to know the type of infrastructure that exists in that country. Maybe there are things that will make your life or family life more comfortable, and you decide that, okay, I'm going to ship a lot of things down. Make that decision by comparing the cost as well. So, but transportation is huge because you want to be able to freely move around, and moving around in a secured manner, because you might also want to make a decision on things like, maybe you're going to hire a driver. I don't know. It depends on which country you want to go. Am I going to hire a driver? That's going to be part of your transportation costs. So find out about those things so that you are not going to go there and feel, I can't cope with this. Because sometimes the reason why a lot of people that make the decision to go back to Africa come back is because they have not planned very well. And that's the whole point of this series. Like I said, was what was had by Wudemaya, which I'm going to have his channel link in the description box below. And for the other videos too, you will check the playlist. The link is going to be on top of this video, so that check all the videos I have been. So I hope this video is of use to you, and it has made you to make a better plan, or it will help you to make better decisions by this when you are going back, if you are going back. So my name is still okay. So I'll see you in the next video, and if you have not liked this video, click the like button to show me that you're engaging with me. And also, I would like to hear from you, please. I want to hear from you in writing, and that is in the comment section. Please just chat with me. If there's anything you think we should add onto this, please feel free. And if you have any comments about any country that you think, the transportation system, you need to consider XYZ that I have not touched on, please join the conversation in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.